Good morning, Lowlives. It's your boy Rano back with another kick-ass episode of the Lowlife podcast. Running solo on this one. Eldano's sick. He's been sick all day. He's just chugging cough syrup and smoking bones, dude. I talked to him earlier today. He was pretty out of it. But, anyway, you got to kick that shit, especially if you don't have good health insurance. Good on him. But very excited to get into this episode. We got a listener and a badass bike builder. You might know him as Versace Dirtbag, possibly the best Instagram handle I've ever heard. I really like that. That's a cool name. First, I want to give a couple of show updates. We just had a meeting today. Really excited. We're finally firming up some details. The Lowlife Snowlife swap meet, February 15th. All right, so it's the day after you just serenaded your sweet baby. You got her all buttered up. You guys had hot sex. Now you get now you got some of that domestic equity. It's time to go out and do some motorcycle shit with your boys. Saturday, February 15th, we are going to be at the we're going to have the flyer out soon, but it's the temporary Manchester Harley dealership. So they're moving out of their current location. They're moving to an interim location for the deep winter months. And then they're moving to their final location in Hooksett. This is going to be fucking the best swap meet you've ever been to. I promise you. Check this out. It's 100% free. Free to vend, free to enter. There's going to be food trucks. It's going to be inside. They got dollies. They got help if you need to unload. They have drive up. You can drive right up to the motherfucker. You might even be able to drive in depending on what kind of vehicle you have. Just set up. We're going to be inviting lots of people. There's going to be vendors from all over. Again, 100% free. This is something to give back to the community, a little community service, if you will. But nothing at the door. Show up. If it's dog shit, then you didn't lose anything. And if you vend there, you're only making money. Vendors are free. We're going to be inviting a lot of vendors that we know that usually go to our stuff. It's going to be awesome. Mid-February. Put down the gun. Take it out of your mouth. There's motorcycle stuff. It's just a couple more months before you can ride again. Northeast guys, all right? Go and get fucking... Dude, we're going to have like taco trucks, probably some booze, and it's going to be the best fucking swap meet I've ever seen. This place is humongous. It's essentially like it's this huge open area. Like it's going to be just lined with motorcycles. And in fact, if you want to bring your bikes up there, if you're from a shop or whatever, or you just have a cool bike and you're going to be vending, you can roll your fucking bike up. We're going to have a lot of fucking vendors and we're going to have a lot of fucking space. So, Lowlife, Snowlife swap meet, February 15th. Also, we're going to have flyers out soon. Our boy Alex, Trad Dad, a.k.a. Alex Ling Tattoos. He's going to be making the flyers for both these. May 17th, the Reviver Show. This is going to be the best motorcycle show I've ever been to. It's going to be better than Lowlife Lowdown. It's Lowlife Lowdown on steroids. All right? So it's going to be at the new Harley facility right off 93. Fucking humongous, dude. We're going to have fucking sick-ass chops, sick-ass customs. If you want to be in the show, if you want to be a part of the show, we're going to be doing prizes and shit like that. Just hit us up. If you have a bike that's in progress that you want to debut at the show, hit me up, DM me. Send me an email, rhino@thelowlifepodcast.com. Again, that's the Reviver Show, May 17th. You guys are going to get sick to death of me talking about this fucking show, but I'm super stoked. We have a lot going into it and really excited. The people we're working with, again, at Manchester Harley, fucking sick, dude. Wicked good people. All right. That's enough about me. Let's get into this motherfucking interview with RJ, a fellow Ryan. Yeah. What's up, Ryan?
Yeah, what's up, dude?
Do you feel like an instant camaraderie with other people named Ryan?
Yeah, for sure.
Does anybody else feel that? Like if you're like a fucking Jack or I don't know, a Donald, do you instantly like other people with the same first name, or is it just a Ryan thing?
That's definitely just a Ryan thing.
Yeah, I think we're unique.
like that. Have you seen that video on Instagram where it's like a Ryan meetup? There's like
Dude, I want to go to
dudes named Ryan.
Yeah, I think I saw that. I think it's like in Cali or something. But I was like, fuck, dude, I'm gonna do that. Like, we need a Northeast Ryan meetup. I've never met a Ryan that I didn't like.
I have.
You have?
Yeah.
What did you not like his personality, or was it just a dirtbag?
No, the dude was about as dumb as a box of rocks.
Wow.
I worked with the guy.
You sure it wasn't Brian?
It might have been. Now that I think about it.
Yeah. He probably slurred his speech because he was a fucking retard. So it was probably Brian. You know, they co-opted our name. But so you're RJ. Are you a junior?
No, that's just my two initials, first name, middle name.
Okay. Is your middle name James?
It is.
Me too, dude.
Dude, we need to get you some scratchers.
Dude, it's my name. It's also my daughter's name, Ryan James. Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. I like you even more. Now we got the first name and the second name, so we're practically related at this point.
Yeah.
Family. So you're tell us where you hail from.
Oh, so I grew up in Albany, New York. Spent a lot of time in Albany and in and around the tri-state area, Troy, New York. And then in 2021, I moved out to super small town, which is southeast of Albany. I'm like basically almost in Pittsfield, Mass. Like if you were to, as the crow flies, probably 15 miles from like Pittsfield, Mass.
Shit.
It's right there. Yeah. So I'm just like southeast, not too far from the city, but not too far from, not too far from New York City, but, close enough to everything else, No
shit. How long ago did you move out there?
I think like 2020, 2021.
Okay.
Like middle of COVID, which is like, wasn't the most ideal situation, but it's a long story, but kind of moved out here to help family member, and then kind of got stuck because the housing market went fucking bananas. So
oh yeah, dude.
I had the full intention of like settling into a place, finding basically a garage with a house attached, and then everything got wacky. It's moving a little bit slower than I would have liked, but figuring it out as we go along here.
Yeah, wait for the next market crash. Get a fucking garage. I actually mentioned something about it. I was like, dude, I'd like to live in a tiny house with like an airplane hangar attached. Just like,
dude, I keep getting these ads for like they're like, I think the company's called Versatube, and it's basically like you order a garage, they deliver it to your house, and it's just like aluminum stud, and you pour a pad, and you can get like a 24 by 24 garage, 10 foot tall for like $5,000.
No shit. I think I've heard of that Versatube. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all like sheet metal construction.
Is it like a dome?
No, it's like a normal pitched roof.
Oh no shit!
But it's just all metal construction, which ain't just like probably screw it together.
No
and
shit.
Then you're paying for the concrete pad. It'd be like a super cheap, easy shot.
Yeah.
So if I could find a house with a decent shot for garage, it's like possibly an option if it's got a big enough yard. Fucking pour a slab and build a shop.
Yeah.
Pipe dream.
Yeah, dude. Hey, it's like real estate's one of those things that you can only go up so far. You know what I mean? I got super fucking lucky. I've owned 2 houses, and I bought at the right time, and I sold my last one at the right time. But nowadays it's like you talk to people that everybody wants a house, and it's like it's fucking insane, dude. How expensive houses are. Like nobody can afford them.
Like, dude, 7 years ago, if I wasn't such a jackass, I could have bought a house for like $125,000. Now that same house is going for like $250, $270, especially in this area. Like like in the town that I live in now, we've got an influx of people from New York City moving up, buying these old colonial houses, because that's all that exists around here. It's just like houses that were built in like the 1850s, and they're like, it's a sleepy little town, super nice, but it's like these people are just driving up the Taconic Parkway, and it's rated like I use the Taconic to go home every day from work. You know what I mean? So it's like right there, super accessible. So people are moving up here, buying these houses, and the house that we're in now is worth like 3 times it was 5-6 years ago. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's why I was like, dude, I should sell my house, but then I have nowhere to move. Because I'd like make double what I pay, what I owe on it, and but then it's like, oh well, houses are super expensive. But again, it's like,
yeah, then you have to double.
Yeah, it's
like you're not going to make out on that unless like you said, the fucking housing market crashes again. And
yeah,
we should just release another.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
You and I can concoct something out of like old beards, cigarette butts in our yard, and fucking
bro. I've seen people make foundations out of like bottles and shit. I could build a house out of all of my Modelo bottles.
Like plastic bottle houses?
Yeah, dude. They look pretty sick.
It might be.
Yeah. Or just squat, dude. I heard squatters have some pretty sick rights, dude.
Dude, New York, if you're a squatter, you're fucking thriving right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you don't pay any money. Yeah.
Bail reform's sick. You can do anything and they release you the same day.
Oh, dude. New York's a weird state. That's a weird state. Actually, yeah, dude, we just talked to Mikey Machines from New York. We're doing a little tour in New York here. I think I met you through, I guess, Instagram, but it was when we were linking up with Benny over at the El Dorado. Did you used to hang out over there?
Oh yeah, dude. El Dorado rules. Benny's the man.
Benny's such a good dude.
He's like one of the most hospitable people I've ever met.
Yeah.
Dude rules.
Yeah, he's funny as fuck. So did you live in Troy?
No. So Albany is on the other side of the Hudson, just over the river.
Yep. Albany, yeah. Actually, I gave a lot of shit to Albany because
Albany sucks.
Dude. I mean, riding choppers through Albany sucks. I'll say that. I don't know.
Guys took the wrong road.
You know what road that is, though, right? With the fucking cobblestone and shit? Yeah.
Cobblestone. Yeah.
So bad.
Dude, I almost fell on one of those cobblestone intersections because they get real slick when it rains.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like taking off from the light. I just like was going way too aggressive on the throttle and just fucking totally sideways going across the intersection. Almost dumped it in front of the bar. Bunch of people standing outside.
Oh, bro. Yeah, I mean, well, it's one thing, like the cobblestones, they've shifted, so it's not just like a little bumpy. It's just like, holy God, like a pothole in cobblestone is a different level pothole than like a pothole in asphalt. But then there's also like, it's not the greatest part of Albany, I'm assuming, because there's just people that don't give a fuck and they're just walking into the street, jaywalking and shit. So you're dodging potholes. Oh yeah,
it's like that. It's like, so you're talking about the cobblestone street. There's one street in particular. I think they fixed it recently, but the road was so uneven from the cobblestone sinking that if you drove a car down that road and like hit one of these potholes at a certain angle, you'd beach that thing like a fucking whale. Like you would put your frame on the ground. Like it was so bad for the longest time. And you just watch like a hoopy ass Camry go down the road and hit the cobblestones. Sparks are flying everywhere and shit.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah.
I think it may have been like J Street or something. All those streets are named after birds. So like the road, like the main road there that has all the bars on it is called J Street or Lark Street. And then there's E Street and there's like a bunch of other bird streets. I'm pretty sure. I should know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, lark, like a bird. I think there's a bird called a lark.
Yep.
It used to be cool. Like when we were in our 20s, you could just go out and party till like 4 a.m. But now you just get shot. It's fucked up. Some dude got popped in the bar that I used to hang out in.
Dude.
So this dude,
I saw that. Yeah, that's crazy.
there was a dude who he was like a Dyna guy, but we used to hang out at the bar he managed. We just like go in there and play Slayer and just absolutely nuke the vibe. Everybody would leave.
Oh wait, that's in Albany?
Yeah.
Because I thought you were talking about El Dorado, because one of their security got shot this year too.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I don't know if I'm not gonna talk about it on air with you, but afterwards we can discuss.
Yeah. It's a
respects to Benny. I'm not.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's just that area of New York is fucking. It's a little seedy. It's a little gritty.
Yeah, it's a little dicey.
Yeah,
it's wicked nice though. Like in the fall, like I love it. I like the seasons. I don't mind it really. I mean, winter sucks. But like once you get that first 50-degree day and you're out ripping on the chop, it's like,
oh yeah,
you waited all winter to just rip on a motorcycle, and it's just like one of the best things. You know, seasons aren't bad. Like I talk about moving and shit, but you know, if I'm riding every day, you know, I'm not gonna be. I feel like I wouldn't be as excited. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's just.
Hey, you gotta,
it would be sick to ride a bike.
Here's the thing: is like, all right, so the reason I moved back from Arizona is you get fucking sick of the same weather all the time. You know, like, yeah, dude, it sucked this morning. I woke up and it was like icy rain, and it snowed like 4 inches, and I had to like fucking scrape my car off and shit to bring my kids to school. And I was like, this sucks. But, you know, I think it's probably good to have some hardship in your life. You know what I mean? You like, imagine just like waking up in like the Florida Keys and you're just swinging your keys on your fucking, you know, on your finger, and you just get up and there's nothing to do. You just go in your car, go to work. It must be boring. But like, I used to get sick of just like, in Arizona, it never rains. Never fucking, there's no weather change. It's just always nice. And I'm just like hungover. I'm like, dude, I want like a rainy day. I want like a fucking shitty day where I can just, I don't feel like I have to go out and do shit. I just want to like sit in my own filth in my apartment and cry, you know? But you do really appreciate, like, I was just thinking about it today, dude, in the car ride. I was like, you really appreciate those nice days. Like those days when it's like, all right, there's some fucking event or a bike show or something, and like you got all your boys, everybody's coming with you, and it's all coming together, and it's nice out. It's like going to be 75 and sunny, and you're just like, fuck yeah, dude. There's like no better feeling. It's like hitting the jackpot.
Yeah, for sure. That was like this year with the Lost Plata show. Me, my buddy Michael, and then his friend Jake, who's from Jersey, who's got a sick fucking panhead. Actually, he rode that bike and then won the ride-in best ride-in bike at the show.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, so it was brisk in the morning. Like we left New York, it was like, I don't know, probably like 45. So we ripped up into Vermont, went through Vermont into, I think he like just barely touched New Hampshire, and then you like go back down south into Mass, and you're like right there in Haverhill.
Yeah.
But like even that, it's like during the day it was nice. You know, it was cloudy for like the first half of the day, and then it warmed up. And then by the time we left, dude, we were like going through Wilmington, Vermont, which is like, I think it's like 1,600 foot elevation.
Oh shit.
It was like 30 degrees. And we had just, you know, spent 4 hours riding there. I had taken a Tempur-Pedic pillow off my bed and strapped it to my seat, because this fucking Sportster, like, dude, this Sportster that I built, like it's a fairly comfortable bike. I'm good for like 2 hours. Anything after that, like my lower lumbar is just fucking wrecked. Like like, you know, I'm not old, but I'm not like young buck, you know, but like, you know, 4 hours to Mass and then 4 hours back all in the same day.
Yeah.
Coming down through these mountains in Vermont, and it was like frigid. We stopped at the top of this mountain to take a picture, and we were just like standing there like, are we going to go? Are we going to go? And we just sat there for like 45 minutes. We're like, we have to fucking go.
Yeah.
Let's go get coffee. Let's go get warm up, do something. And the temperature change between where we were to like I'm talking like 15, 30 minutes down the road. It was like 15 degrees warmer at the bottom of this hill. It was fucking nuts.
Was it Hogback?
Days like that.
Was it Hogback? They have like a lookout at top.
Dude, when it comes to directions, I'm a total moron. Like I know how to get places. Like I know most of I know how to get there. I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm the wrong guy. I'm never riding in the front of the pack directing everybody.
I'm a GPS guy. I don't even pay attention to the names of roads and shit anymore. I'm fucking lazy about that.
Sure.
Did we meet at La Espada? We were there. I don't know if we met though.
Looking for you guys at the booth, and it just there's so much shit going on.
We might have. I fucking live my life in a fucking alcoholic haze, so I'd like start drinking like as soon as we get there at like 7 a.m. and then the rest is history, say what they say. But are you planning on going to the La Espada this year?
Yeah, probably. I think it's a good show, dude. Like a lot of cool fucking bikes, a lot of cool builders. I know like Chris brought a bike this year. That thing was sick.
He brought 2 bikes.
Yeah, I mean yeah, he did. That's right. Yeah, man. I mean that show's fucking sick. As far as like stuff in the Northeast, it's unfortunately like few and far between. You've got Indian Larry block party down in the city.
Yep.
We went to that not this last year, but the year before.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like we just like stood around for an hour or two and then took off. Also, I rode my shovel head and my rear caliper exploded and I didn't have a front brake. So that was not cool. I was like,
dude, that must
not trying to ride.
Yeah, dude, like through Brooklyn and shit. Like,
I followed no traffic laws. I was like, split lanes, doing 75 miles an hour. As soon as I got onto the Taconic, it was cool because you can just like cruise at 55. But yeah, that was a nightmare. That I should have never brought the bike down there.
Yeah, I mean, like at that point, you pull into a gas station, you just got to put your fucking feet down, like hope the soles of your shoes stick together. Oh yeah.
It like it kind of sort of works. Like if you've ever like blew out the seals on a caliper, it'll work kind of if it's got some pressure. But I like parked the bike and looked down at my rear wheel and it was just coated in brake fluid.
Oh, nice. That's what you like to see.
Yeah, and I was already in the city, so what the hell am I to do?
Yeah, dude. I would have been like, I'm fucking sleeping here tonight. So you
went asking people, was like,
you went 2 years ago. So I was at that one.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So yeah, so you mentioned what's this that's a Sportster behind you, the red guy?
Yeah, it's a 2001, was an 883. I bought the Hammer 1250 kit, did cams. I poured and polished the heads, valve job, did valve springs. What else? It's got a Dynatech ignition system. It's Mikuni carb, dude.
Which
I'm putting Mikuni carb everything.
Which Mikuni is it? The HS fucking 42.
Yeah,
it's a nice one,
dude. That carb is like the greatest thing I ever did to that bike.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I will never put a CV carb on another bike ever again.
Really? So tell us about tell us about the like what's the story with that carb? Why is it so great?
So I decided I wanted to put the Hammer kit on this bike a couple winters ago. Did all these really nice parts, took the time, poured it and polished the heads, had the 3-angle valve job done, did springs, retainers, keepers, the whole 9, cams, went through the motor, cleaned it up, put it back together, put the factory CV carb back on it, and from the research that I was doing, like Hammer Performance says, keep the jet kit, put the jets in the carb, and just let it rip. So I was riding this bike around for a year and a half, probably, with that CV carb. And I thought I got scammed from Hammer Performance. I was like, this thing is down on power. It feels sluggish. It doesn't feel any different than the stock 883. And I just chalked it up to like either I did something wrong, like I didn't break the motor incorrectly. It's got low compression because I beat on it too early, didn't break it in. But I was nice to it for like 500 miles. I was really gentle on it, broke it in the way they advised, all this shit. Talking to my buddy, and he's telling me he bought this Mikuni carb, and that somebody told him that the Mikuni carb is like a game changer for a Sportster. Between the throttle response and the way the power comes in, it just flows a lot better. So I bought one, threw it on the bike. The first time I took it down the driveway, I could instantly tell there was a difference in like throttle response. Mm-hmm. It's night and day. You touch the throttle and it's open. Like it doesn't take very much. It's hard to explain. Like just the throttle response, the feedback between your hand and what the motor's doing is so much different than the CV carb. I feel like the CV carb's always playing catch up because that diaphragm has to open to bring that needle up.
Yeah, because the flat, it's a flat slide and it's all mechanical, right? So like inside of there, the needle drops down, and when you pull that, it pulls that center section up, and the needle is just like, it's with a diaphragm. There has to be pressure or whatever to push the diaphragm up. And remind me, is there like an accelerator pump on that, or no? It's just
there is.
Okay, there is. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
they're fucking awesome. I took one apart and vapor honed it and put it back together, and it's like way different than any other carb I've ever worked on.
It's just like any other Mikuni. It's just a flat slide. There's a little more that goes into like the fine tuning with all the air fuel screws and stuff. There's a couple more on the flat slides. But besides that, it's just like any other carb. If someone has thought about buying one, I suggest doing it because the hype is real with these fucking things. Yeah, they're a little bit they're a little bit more expensive than like CVs. People pretty much give them away. Everybody's they're getting SNSs or fucking Super E's and shit. I listed a couple carbs for sale. I was like cleaning shit out of the garage, and $20 I sold them to people. Like I don't care. Oh, yeah. Like you can basically have it. I don't need it. But flat slide Mikuni on a Sportster, even if it's an 883, I would imagine that it would make a difference. I might do that. I got a Sporty that I'm building right now. It has a CV, but I might try that out. You should ride it with the CV and then slap the Mikuni on it just to see the difference. Yeah, because the biggest thing that I noticed was the throttle response. It's like almost instant. It's not. I mean, the factory carb, like it works. Like you hit the throttle and it opens, but it just feels lazy compared to the Mikuni. Yeah. But this thing fucking rips now. It's like scared me the first time I threw bigger jets in it. It was wicked lean. Threw some jets in it and moved the needle up a notch. Yeah. And I was like, holy shit. What did you put in there? You said you put it, what cam did you put in there? I think it's the Andrews N2. It's like very streetable, mild, nothing crazy. Yeah. The thing rips. Dude, that's a great year range too. Like I had no 3 Sporty, like the 2001, 2000 to 2003. Those fucking engines are so nice. They're like bulletproof. Yeah, that's arguably the most reliable bike I've ever owned. Oh yeah, dude. I had mine for like fucking 6 years. I never had I did a top end once, but I didn't even have to, like it was leaking oil or whatever, but yeah, they're fucking
great engines. The 1200. Yeah, dude, you got me thinking now that fucking Makuni and maybe a cam in the Sporty. I was thinking about getting rid of it, like just flipping it and shit, but I love having a Sporty on hand, especially after like having a shovel head. And I like to ride.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have the Sporty in the wings because that fucking shovel head was trouble, dude. Yeah. It's nice to just be able to hop in a Sporty and go. And, you know, you can keep up with anybody. You can go on the fucking highways. You can go fucking anywhere, you know. I had, like, so much confidence in that fucking bike.
For sure. I'd ride this thing cross country. Without a doubt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Without, no hesitation, no oil change. Just fucking hop on it and go right to California.
I beat the living hell out of it, too. And most of the time when it breaks, it's shit that's on me. Like I had a clutch cable break over the summer, and it was because it was rubbing on like the inside on the lever.
Yeah.
And it just wore. I knew it was happening too. I was like going down the road and I was like, oh, my clutch feels funny. And I pulled it one last time and I'm just like, there's one strand of fucking cordage holding this thing on.
Yeah.
And it broke. Luckily, we were like in front of a cemetery. And then I rode on the back of my buddy's Road King to a friend's place like 30 minutes away, robbed a clutch cable off of his bike, put it on my bike. And then I was like, fuck this, I'm going home. It's miserable. It sucked. We had to like ride through this fucking town too. And it was just like, it was the worst possible way we could have gone for two dudes riding on a motorcycle together. There was just people everywhere. And I'm sitting on the back like a fucking doofus.
Yeah. It's shameful when you have to do that.
It is.
I've had to do that a couple times.
Not fun.
Yeah. You have to act like you're having fun. Otherwise, people are like, I mean, if you're serious and you're butts to nuts with a dude on a motorcycle, you get some side eye. But if you're like, I'm a goofball, isn't this silly? You know, people are like, okay. So you
I was taking videos on my phone the whole time.
You really got to ham it up. Yeah, ham it up.
Every time I have to do that, which it's happened more than once.
Mm-hmm.
Every time it does, I'm like, passenger princess, sitting on the back of the fucking Road King.
Yeah. Paint job on that. Did you send that out to someone or did you do that yourself?
No, that's all powder coat. I had contemplated. Yeah, the tank's powder coat.
Fucking A, dude. Yeah. Is it metal flake or is it?
Yeah, so my buddy Jesse, he owns a Powder Chef powder coating.
Oh, Jeffy. Yeah. Okay.
So I hit up Jesse and I was like, yo, I want to do my frame chrome and I want to do red tins. He was like, all right, bring it down. We'll like check out some colors and whatever. We'll figure something out. So we get down to the shop and I knew I wanted to do the chrome powder coat on the frame because I think it looks wicked sharp. And he was telling me that you can layer the coats of powder coat. So the base on the tins is the same as the frame. So it's the chroma chrome or whatever whatever the hell he calls it. Whatever the product is, everything got done in a base coat of that. And then on the tins, it's basically just like a pigmented powder clear coat. So he did this like crimson red over the chrome, which gives it like a super wacky look. It's got a lot of depth to it. And then he clear coated over that a third time with the just like standard powder clear coat. But I told him to throw some flake in on the clear coat. So there's like tiny little bits of flake in the clear on the tins, but it's all powder coat.
That's fucking
which is
awesome.
sick because it's super.
Yeah. No shit. How do you know Jesse?
Dude, it's funny you say that. So, my buddy Dan and I, probably 10 years ago, bought a bunch of metric bikes because we wanted to build choppers. He bought an XS 650 to build. I bought a CB 650, which sounds weird because nobody does them, and I now know why. I was like scrolling through Voodoo Vintage, their website, and I was like, oh, they make a hardtail for CB 650. Let me see if I can find one of these. and we just like sit in our garage and like scroll on Instagram, and then we just found this dude who was a fucking wacko doing wheelies on a Sportster. Turns out it was Jesse. So I've been following him on and off, when I have social media for the last 10 years. And then when I did the paint on my Yamaha 2-3 years ago, I had him do the frame, and he does a fucking killer job. Like, if anybody's in the Northeast area, like New York, Massachusetts, even if you're in fucking New Hampshire, I'm sure he'll work with you, fucking come meet up with you. Jesse at Powder Chef, he does a fucking killer job. So I just keep bringing him stuff there. And I send so many people his way too. Like, guy down the road, I fixed a dirt bike frame for him. I was like, my homie does fucking powder coat, does a fucking killer job, And so, it started off as like a business interaction, but he's the homie. We were riding fucking scooters together over the summer, which is sick.
Yeah, dude, he's a madman. Like, whenever you see him at a fucking show or whatever, like, dude, Deadbeat and shit, he's fucking ripping.
Oh, he's
like, yeah, dude, he's fucking nuts. We should get him on the show for sure. He's a cool dude.
You should.
Yeah. I'll hit him up.
Probably one of the sweetest human beings I've ever met.
Yeah, that's
wicked,
awesome,
dude.
Yeah, we should definitely hit him up. Yeah, dude, I remember at Deadbeat one year, he had this fucking mini bike with like, dude, it was like Dr. Seuss exhaust. Yeah, dude, it was like fucking with like a trumpet or something on it. I was like, what the fuck, dude? And again, dude, I can tell he's like a fucking like dirt bike kid or something, because he throws those fucking bikes around. Doesn't matter what size it is. He's going over fucking jumps. Like, he's like, he doesn't give a fuck. Me, if I'm on like some sketchy ass shit, dude, I'm kind of like, I better slow down a little bit. But yeah, you can always tell like those fucking ATV or dirt bike riders or whatever, they don't give a fuck if they fall.
Yeah. No, him and I bought Chinese scooters. We were like putting big bore kits on them and shit. And we're like jumping them at the skate park down the road from my house. There's like this small skate park. And it's cool where I live because it's like a bunch of dirt roads and seasonal roads and stuff like that. We ride mini bikes, dirt bikes, four-wheeler, like, it doesn't matter, Cops don't fuck with you out here unless you're like really causing trouble. They're all part-time.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's like, yeah, with the exception of like sheriff's department, but it's a small town. They're not coming through here. There's like maybe 100 people.
That's real nice. I live in a small town, but like, they got like cops out in force, dude. Like, they love, like, in New Hampshire, small town, cops are fucking with you. They pull you over for anything. Yeah, dude. When I grew up, we had one part-time cop. So like, if you go out drinking or whatever, you go to a keg party, you come home, he's not on. It's like Saturday night, and you're like, all right, I could probably speed through this area of town, But nowadays, dude, it's like, I live in a small town. We got like 16 cops full time. It's like, what the fuck do you need all these people for?
I don't get it.
Yeah, it sucks, because all they're doing is pulling me over.
There's like nothing going on out here either. Like, people will hit deer. That's it.
Yeah. How'd you get into bikes?
I mean, it's like everybody else's story. You grow up screwing around with dirt bikes and mini bikes, shit like that. Basically anything that had an engine that was powered by fossil fuels, I had an interest in it.
Did you grow up in New York?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So just like dirt bikes, my dad is like a real handyman. We grew up fairly poor too. So when we had cars, if they broke, he fixed them. Mm-hmm. Like, my dad's probably one of the better mechanics that I've come to know. He's a wicked smart dude. But he always bought Chrysler products. He's a big Mopar guy. So we had like panel vans. My mom drove a Plymouth Grand Fury for a while, which that thing was sick. It did great burnouts. My dad used to take that thing and just smoke the fucking tires off of it.
Dude, they ran out of cool car names. Like, all the car names now suck. Like, dude, Plymouth Fury, that's fucking sick. That's what a car should be named.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I grew up around people that needed to fix things out of necessity, you know, and I just got a whole lot of enjoyment out of it. My dad was always wrenching on stuff. He has a couple classics that he did, you know, like full restorations on. But he like daily drove a 71 Dodge Dart to work. It was fucking sick.
That's sick.
Fucking 2-door with a 318.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, I feel like there's, all right, so everybody that I know from that works on motorcycles now, there's two different types of people. There's dudes like you that grew up around it and their dad was like super handy, or they grew up around motorcycles and shit. And then there's these other dudes like me that we're like in our mid 20s or whatever, and all of a sudden we're like, oh fuck, that's awesome, and then we just like make up for lost time. We have to learn everything, we suck at it. But for my kids, I wish that, you know, I'm trying to get it. I want to be, when they get older and they do a podcast, hopefully maybe this podcast's still on, they'll be like, my dad used to teach me all about bikes and shit. And I feel like that's the way to do it, you know, like, because then it's not as intimidating, you know, because you have like a mentor, like your father or an uncle or fucking someone, you know, and you're working on little shit that doesn't cost you any money. Like when you first get your first bike and you're like almost 30 and you start chopping it up, you're like, oh fuck, dude, this is real money. I'm gonna fuck this thing up and not be able to ride it, you know?
Right. It's all just nuts and bolts. Like I talk to people all the time. They're like, oh, I got to rebuild the transmission on my shovel head. I got to do the top end of my bike.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, dude, it's just nuts and bolts. If you can follow directions and loosen and tighten things, like, oh, yeah, it's not that complicated.
Especially with YouTube and the internet now, dude. Like, I remember,
for sure.
Like, I rebuilt, I am medically retarded. Like, I have to go to, like, a special doctor. And I rebuilt my fucking ratchet top, dude, and the fucking thing worked perfect. First time, you know? Well, second time. I think I rebuilt it.
And it wasn't doable. Like
yeah. It was fun, you know? That's why you fucking, like, riding bikes is the absolute best, but working on bikes is like
it's just as important.
Yeah, I think it's like a tie for first place. But you got to do that shit. You know, like, why are you into this? You just want to look cool? No, you want to fucking learn how to do that shit. Because when something like fucks up on your transmission on the side of the road, you want to be able to know how the fuck it works. You don't want to just sit there with your hands in your pocket and be like, oh, good thing I got that fucking AAA with the motorcycle shit, you know?
Yeah, right. Which chances are you don't. Every time someone's like, oh, I have AAA, call up. They're like, oh, we don't cover bikes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they won't like add it at that time either. Like, cause I've been there and I have AAA, like, and I'm like, hey, I got a bike, and they're like, oh, well, you're not covered. And I was like, can like we add it? And they're like, no, you should have thought of that. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I'm trying to give you money, dude. Like, but dude, that has saved my ass, is having that AAA. Fuck, dude. Someone else had mentioned another kind of insurance that does like the roadside shit for bikes, and I forgot. But it's good because if you're in a pack of dudes and someone's like totally fucked, it's kind of nice to be. I mean, if they're with you, you can help them out. You know, I don't know how much it is a year.
It's probably a fuck ton.
Yeah,
it's like probably way more. Yeah, it's like fucking toll, dude.
Yeah,
I spend like $25 to $30 a week in fucking tolls.
Where do you commute to for your job?
Jesus Christ! So I commute almost an hour one way.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it sucks. But the shop that I work in now fucking rules. My boss is the man. I've got it pretty well made there. And where I'm living is super nice. So yeah. I really can't complain that much. It's just, you know, in the morning it's cool because I can like have my coffee, listen to fucking podcasts, and just hammer down the highway. But in the afternoon when spend 8 hours fucking welding. I just want to go home. I don't want to drive on a highway for an hour. But
yeah, I did that for a long time. I did the long commute. New York is brutal with tolls, though, dude. I don't know if you know this, but other states don't have tolls like that.
I'm aware.
Dude,
yeah.
Like in New York, it's like toll. Some of them are like $14-15. I'm like, what the fuck? We have like 3 toll plazas in all of New Hampshire, and it's $1 at all of them.
Yeah. Allegedly, I've covered my plate maybe more than every single time I've gone to the toll on the bike. I don't want fucking DOT, fucking whatever administration fucking is in charge of toll booths. But I heard if you cover up your license plate on a going through a toll, they don't charge you, which is sick if you're on a bike.
Because I don't know who the fuck you are. I want to get some of that. They sell like that film you can put over your license plate, and when the camera snaps it, it can't make out the digits.
Every time I build a sissy bar, I feel like I design it around being able to reach back and touch the license plate. So,
dude, that's not a bad idea. I was thinking like if it's way far back, you could even have like a little string or something you pull, flips the license plate up. But I ain't stopping on thing to pay a toll and dig out money out of my wallet. Fuck that, dude.
We got those electronic tolls too. So like take a photo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. For a while, I kept getting charged. There was somebody from Ohio who had a license plate that was one number off from mine. Like theirs was a B and mine was an 8. So I kept getting charged every time they go through toll. It was crazy, just battling with fucking the toll authority in New York State.
Oh yeah.
For like half a year, I was like, "Stop charging me for this. This is my license plate. That's not my car."
Yeah.
You have all the information.
Yep. Yeah, I'm sure they're really helpful too. They're like, "Oh yeah, we'll get that sorted for you." I go, "Fuck, dude."
Yeah, and the next week I'm getting fucking charged, and it's an Ohio plate.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking idiots.
It's dog shit. It's dog shit. They spend so much money doing literally fucking nothing day in and day out. All of our taxpayer dollars.
Dude, New York is like so fucking corrupt. I worked in the healthcare industry for a while, and they have a lot of like state-run healthcare facilities there. Dude, it's all nepotism. It's all fucking dudes that should not have they got it from their fucking uncle or whatever. They're all fucking idiots, dude. It's so fucking corrupt.
But the work is good. That's the thing that sucks. Like if I can make as much as I do here anywhere else, I'd move. But
yeah, true. So, what do you do for a living?
So I'm a union sheet metal worker. Specialize in welding. Been doing it 11 and a half years, almost 12 years.
How'd you get into that kind of work?
So my father was a union sheet metal worker.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. So very pro union. I think it's the tits. If you're a young kid and you don't know what to do with your life, just like go into some sort of skilled trade. It was the best thing I could have done. I was 20 years old. I was tired of working shit jobs. Got into a shop, and it was a specialty sheet metal shop. So we did a lot of stainless steel countertops, cabinets, like real heavy ductwork. Sheet metal work is it's mostly just HVAC. But the shop that I had started in, they did a lot of heavy stuff. Like the lightest thing I had worked with for a while was like 14 gauge, 12 gauge, almost 1/8-inch material, which is technically still sheet metal. You're covered, like sheet metal technically goes up to 5/16. Anything over that's considered boiler work or iron work. Depends on what it is, what it carries. If it carries air, it's technically HVAC sheet metal work. So I did that, worked in that shop for 8 years, got tired of the bullshit there, and went to work for a very large contractor, doing basically the same thing but lighter material, which is way cooler because it's not all busting work, you know. But same principles, just slightly different. Just welding lighter material. Did a 5-year apprenticeship. Got all sorts of fucking certifications for welding, which really doesn't mean a whole lot. The contractors see it and they're like, "Oh, sick! You can weld on a job site or weld on this job or that job." Yeah, I was actually just in Las Vegas a couple weeks ago. Got certified in laser welding. So technically, I'm like a certified laser safety officer. It's pretty wild shit, and that's the future. You know,
dude, I've seen videos of the laser welding. It's fucking like, I didn't even think
crazy.
I was like, dude, is this like AI? Like, it looks fucking insane.
It's like 4 times faster than traditional welding methods.
Yeah, and it's like idiot proof, dude. It's just like, oh yeah,
yep. And it's like full penetration weld, super like it's stout. Like you wouldn't think like as fast as you're welding with those laser welders, you would think that there would be something wrong with it. Like if you ever tried to MIG weld and you go too fast and it just like fucking spits and spatters and doesn't do dog shit for you, those laser welders it's nuts.
Yeah, dude, they go wicked fast. Dude, I've seen them. They're just like zzz, zzz. So it must be wicked expensive to get one of those machines, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why nobody's doing it right now.
There's 3 companies that make them. There's Miller has one, Lincoln has one.
Oh, they do. Okay.
And then there's this company called IPG. And IPG is kind of like on the forefront as far as like sheet metal. Entry-level machine is somewhere between 18 and 20 grand. Miller has a machine that's identical. Literally, it's just the same machine with a blue box on it, and they charge $45,000. Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah. So you got to be making some shit to get that fucking justify that purchase.
Yeah. So the company that I work for is very large scale work outfitter. We do a lot of clean room work for like nano processing plants, like nano chips and shit like that. So it would be something that I would use at work. It has its place, but it's not for every aspect of the trade.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fucking cool. You can shoot fucking like I went through all these classes when I was in Vegas, and this shit it'll blow a hole through your finger if you're not careful. It's crazy.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Some dude was taking the same class that I was, had his hand behind the joint he was tacking. It blew through the material, went in one side of his finger and out the other.
Oh,
like it's a fucking it's a 1500 watt laser.
That's fucking gnarly, dude. But I mean, it must immediately cauterize it too, right? Or was he fucked up?
Yeah.
He just has a hole in his finger. He's just like, no need to go to the doctor.
But the hole's like as big around as like a sewing needle. Like it's not big.
Oh fuck!
It's a tiny thing. Yeah. So like to give you perspective, that laser from 0.15 millimeters, which is what it's focused at the nozzle of the gun, to 1/4 of an inch, it takes like 930 meters for the focal point to open up to that.
No shit.
So almost a mile before it's like if you ever take a laser pointer and point it like 100 feet away from you, it gets way bigger. You know what I mean? The way the beam's focused. This uses all sorts of like mirrors, and it's a fiber optic laser. It uses mirrors to focus the beams. But it's
how big are the machines that are running this? Are they like big or are they portable?
No, it's about the same size as like a MIG welder you'd have in a shop.
Oh no shit! Wow.
Like I have a Lincoln 200 amp TIG machine, and it's about the same size as just like a suitcase machine, you know?
Yeah. Holy shit.
2 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot, probably.
Yeah.
There's nothing in it. It's just a laser. Like, it's just fiber optic cable.
I don't know how you make a laser. How do you make a laser?
I don't need one. I don't need it. Dude, I fucking sucked at it too. They told me right off the rip, they were like, if you're a competent welder, you're going to have the most difficult time.
Really?
So if you're listening to this and you want to get into laser welding and you've never welded, you are the best candidate for it.
Yeah, because it's so different than, because I mean, a laser, I don't know what a laser is, but it seems really different than electricity, right?
Yeah, it's way different. It's way different.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to teaching that class, but
that's dope. You got a free fucking Vegas trip out of it, right?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Where did you stay in Las Vegas? Like,
I was on the Strip.
That's fucking sick. Where'd you stay?
The Golden Nugget.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It's like old Vegas.
Yeah. Yep. Fuck yeah, dude.
I ate Chick-fil-A more than anything, dude. It was so sick. We don't have one of those here.
Dude, we don't have one in New Hampshire, man. Or maybe we do, but not by me. I've never seen one. I have to like plan trips to go to that shit. That shit's good.
Dude, I had a sick view of a parking garage, dude. It was tight.
Yeah, dude. I love
Every once in a while, I'd like look out the window to see if there was like tooties hanging out up there or something.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah. I could get used to living in Vegas. I mean, you have to have a lot of energy, but
dude, it's dog shit. So we were taking a shuttle to the training facility every day, and just like, driving through the area just outside of the Strip, it was sad, man. Like people everywhere, just homeless.
Yeah.
There was like a methadone clinic with like 300 people lined up outside. It was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I remember walking down the end of I was like at the end of the Strip, and I was like, oh yeah, we want to go to Fremont Street. And they're like, hey, you could walk there, but I don't think you'll make it. And like right at the end of the Strip where the police presence disappears, there's just like dudes in shopping carts, prostitutes, fucking like, yeah, riffraff.
Yeah, I went to I just wanted a burger really badly when I was there, and there was like nothing that was close. So I actually had to walk down Fremont Street like a couple blocks, basically off of the Strip, and outside the bar there was this dude who was charging people to take pictures with a snake. And I was like, I need to go eat and then go back to my hotel room. Yeah. I was like, I don't need to be out here with this snake guy.
Dude, like, you never seen a snake? You're gonna get a picture with a snake? What are you gonna do with that picture?
Charging like $10, dude. What the fuck? Like,
yeah, like
nobody's gonna.
I don't get taking pictures that aren't like candid. You know, like if someone's like, hey, let's document. Like if you're with your buddies or something, you're with your bikes, take a picture, document that. That's cool. But like, what am I ever gonna do with a $10 picture of me next to a total stranger with a snake? Who am I going to show that? Yeah, who am I going to show that to? Yeah, I stood next to this fucking weirdo with a snake once.
Yeah.
Stupid. Yeah. I saw, I think, that you're building like a scrambler or something too.
Yeah, so I've acquired two kind of obscure niche bikes. They're both 1978 Yamaha SR500s. Mm-hmm. One of them I built 3 years ago. I had that at the first Las Vegas show in Haverhill, and that's like kind of wacky. So it's like half an SR500, half an XS650. The SR500, they only made like a few thousand of them in the United States. There's a ton of them in Asia. There's a lot of them in Japan for sure. There's like guys building sick choppers. Have you ever seen like those single cylinder choppers those dudes ride? Mm-hmm. They're like Yamaha SR500s or SR400s. I could show you the bike. So it's got like super crazy paint on it, but the backbone, it's going to be hard to tell, but the backbone of the frame is like 4 inches round because it's got in-frame oil.
Oh, what the fuck?
And,
That is gnarly, dude.
so the oil fill is like just above where the gas tank is. So you really can't like cut the frame in half to put a hardtail on it. And the hardtail kits that I found on like Yahoo Auctions Japan were like thousands of dollars. So I got the old trusty tape measure out and I said, well, let's see how, the dimensions of this thing. And it turns out that the frame on the bottom half is super similar to an XS650. And being that I weld for a living, I was like, I can make this work. I could somehow figure out a way to mold these together. And I built this fucking kick-ass single-cylinder chopper that I will never see another one of ever because they're so obscure. And then it's got some fucking crazy paint on it too. It's got 24 karat gold leaf, and that was a lot of fun putting this bike together.
Dude, I don't know if you knew that. I had an SR 500. They
really?
They re-released it. It was brand new with
or something.
Yeah, and it was fuel injected, but it had a disc brake, not a disc brake, a drum brake on the rear, and it was kickstart only. It was fucking sick, dude. Yeah, dude. And it had like I bought it off some dude. I got it for a song, dude. He got it for his wife or whatever, and she wouldn't ride it. But it was super cool, dude, because it looked like an old bike. And yeah, SR 500. I forget what year it was when they re-released it, but yeah, dude, drum brake, fuel injected. It was like, so weird.
I either want to say it was like 2008 or 2018. The number 8, for whatever reason, is what I think it
was 2008. That seems about right. And yeah, dude, it was just like, dude, it was wicked cool. It was like a vintage bike. Like there was like one bolt holding the seat on and shit. Like
yeah.
And
bikes.
The dude,
this thing's so fun.
The dude that I bought it off of was like a foreign guy too. I think he was like European. So I didn't know what the fuck it was, but it was wicked cheap and it was wicked cool. He put like aftermarket exhaust on it. He did a bunch of work to it. And I used to take it on the trails, dude. It had like knobby tires and stuff.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah, they're pretty torquey for what they are, dude. Like full size man. I get on that thing and it hauls me around just fine.
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah. That's cool shit, dude.
This has got drum brakes front and rear, internal throttle, bunch of wacky shit. I did a bunch of wacky shit with that bike. It's got an XS front end, and then the hardtail is off of an XS. The gas tank's off like a CM 125 Honda. And then I was just like browsing Facebook Marketplace one day, and I saw one come up in North Jersey, same year. They're both 78s. So me and my buddy Michael hauled it out to Jersey, picked up the one that I'm working on now for $500. The motor was in pieces. The frame was a roller, but it had a clean title, a New York title.
Fuck yeah,
which is fucking crucial if you live in New York. If you know, you know. New York's a fucking nightmare if you don't have any paperwork for anything.
Mm-hmm.
You're basically it's scrap metal at that point. So
that's fucked up. So you can't, like, how do you, if it doesn't have paperwork, it's just, you can't, there's no way around it. Unless you get it titled in like another state.
I guess, yeah, but you'd have to have residency. Like, you can't fucking register shit in Vermont anymore. They passed that new law that doesn't allow out-of-state registrations.
Yeah.
So unless you had somebody doing one of those title service deals,
yep.
I mean, fucking up Schitt's Creek,
Yeah.
So I found this one super cheap. Everything was in pieces. It was like a rolling frame, but the motor was apart, and it sat in my shed for a couple years. And then I got tired of looking at it like not together. I kept looking at it and I was like, what am I going to do with this thing? Do I want to build like a cafe bike or like a scrambler or what? And then one of my friends bought a DRZ 400, and he's been like ripping trails like towards the end of this riding season. And it's been a while since I've owned a dirt bike, probably like 6-7 years, and I miss having a dirt bike. It's so fun riding trails. So I decided to put that bike back together and build like a super stout woods bike. These bikes, they're air cooled, single cylinder. There's not much that's going to break on these. It's definitely something that's going to withstand a lot of abuse. I beat the hell out of that SR 500, and it's been good. So what better candidate than an SR 500? I'll have two of them, which is stupid, but
I think I saw. Did I see that you were doing like stainless steel exhaust on that guy behind you to the left? With a turbo?
No. So I was building a turbo kit for a Sportster that I acquired.
Oh, okay.
Which was, I was bored last winter. I really didn't want to spend money on building another bike, so I thought it would be a good idea to dump a bunch of money into building a turbo kit for a Sportster. That's still in the shed. I'll get back to it one day. It's kind of just like a
turbo Sportster. That sounds fun.
I feel like it's a 1200 motor too. It probably sound cool.
I'm not sure. Is that like a scrambler build too?
Yeah, I kind of had that idea in my head. I was piecing it together. But I ended up robbing the seat and the tank off of that Sportster and putting it on this bike because it fits. That tank was actually on that bike when I bought it. So I decided rather than try to fit another tank, because trying to find tanks for these things, being that the backbone is like 4-inch diameter, is the most frustrating thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I say that, but I've got like a bunch of cardboard taped onto this thing. I'm going to build a tank for that. But
yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're a welder.
Yeah.
You can laser weld that shit.
Yeah, let me just spend 50 grand on a machine and get cranking.
Dude, but do you have access to the laser welder? Like, because could you because it seems like a really, I've seen it done a lot on sheet metal, right? Because it's just like you can fine tune it. You're not gonna like blow through it necessarily, right? Because you're just it has to be like, it's like a science. Once it's set up, it's just like, because that's what it's built for, is like small parts that you can just like zzz.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like welding for dummies. Like, you do not have to know anything about welding to use one of those machines. You literally set it and forget it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do have one at the Union Hall. And I will have access to it. I won't be able to like bring it home, but
yeah,
if I needed to like bring something in.
What do you what method are you like when you're welding sheet metal? Are you MIG or TIG?
At work, we do a lot of stainless, and most of it is MIG welded.
So I was okay. So what, you got like a spool gun? You do the MIG welding on the stainless, or how does that work?
So it's basically the same process as carbon steel or galvanized coated material. You've got the spool of wire that's in the machine. It's just a different gas. We use a 98% argon, 2% CO2.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you had to get like a whole new rig to do that with MIG. So you can just different gas and in different different line. Okay. No shit.
Different settings on the machine. Obviously stainless, being that it'll take more heat, it's going to call for more heat when you're welding. But basically short arc welding, so no different than any other type of
no shit. I've been telling everybody if you want to do stainless, you got to go TIG.
It depends on the process. If you're building an exhaust for a bike, I'm going to TIG weld it. But at work, when I'm building giant pieces of ductwork, like I'm making a bunch of stuff right now that's like 30-inch round ductwork. It's all stainless, and I'm MIG welding all of it. And that's probably just because it's cheaper than paying me to TIG weld it. When I'm doing a piece of pipe that's 10 foot long, I got to weld a 10-foot seam. It's going to take me forever if I was TIG welding it.
Right.
As opposed to MIG welding it where it takes me 30 seconds,
So for your average garage builder, what would you recommend, TIG or MIG? Like, if they want to be able to do anything, like if they want to do stainless steel, and like, would you recommend getting into MIG and just doing like getting that gas and fuck? Because can you do mild with that too, or would you have to switch everything out?
You'd have to switch over your gas, switch over your wire. Like I use straight CO2, and then if I have any stainless, I'll just TIG weld it. I got a big old bottle of argon, a 200 amp TIG machine here. And most of the time, I can't be bothered to fire up the MIG welder. It's too messy, especially on a bike. I'm building an exhaust for that right now, and I don't want spatter I don't have a carb on it. I don't want spatter going inside the intake port on the head. I don't want spatter flying all over the frame. So I'll just TIG weld stuff. I mean, if you just want to build bikes and you want a machine that's going to give you the best bang for your buck, it's probably going to be a TIG machine. You'll be able to do anything. If you get an AC DC machine, you'll be able to do aluminum. You'll be able to do stainless, carbon steel. Even with a DC machine, you'll be able to weld, carbon steel and stainless. And you can use the same gas. That's what's cool about TIG welding is you just use argon.
Yeah.
If you're using a MIG welder, you've got to switch over the gases.
Yeah. The other thing about the TIG machines is they all come with stick welding too.
Yeah.
And if you have to do like some rusty ass shit on your car or whatever, you got the stick right there. So you can kind of do everything.
Finger and some 60-10, some dummy rod, and fucking burn it in.
Yeah. Yeah, I have never used a stick welder before.
I'm rusty. I can get by, do some farm welding, but
bro, I got fucking some PTSD from like high school shop class because I could, like, my fucking teacher, dude. He was like a ornery old man, dude, and every time I put that fucking stick down, like, I don't know, I was a stupid young kid. It would always stick. I could not fucking start that thing. And he was just so disappointed with me, He was just like, what the fuck, dude?
Stick welding sucks. You don't want to stick weld.
Yeah. If you have to, though, like, most of my cars are like rusty shit boxes. So every once in a while you need something. You can still TIG that shit, though. Yeah, it's just to be full of porosity.
Yeah, right. Yeah, stick welding's like probably one of the more dangerous processes too.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you think about it, you've just got all the current running through that stick at all times until you touch it to the material.
Oh, true.
I was working on this job one time. I was like 25 feet up in the air on this platform, and I was sweating. It was in the summer. It was like 100 degrees inside this building. All the way up in the top of the ceiling, I was welding a piece of I-beam, welding a hanger for a piece of equipment we were working on. And I'm stick welding, and I get done, and my hands are sweating. So I'm grabbing onto the steel I-beam and then touch the fucking stick rod to my head by accident, like just barely touched it, and put 350 amps through my fucking head.
Oh my God, dude.
Because the ground clamp was on the beam, and then I completed the circuit by touching the rod to my head. Dude, I could have sworn the fucking fillings were going to blow up inside my fucking teeth. It was the craziest shit I ever fucking experienced.
Yeah, dude, you gave yourself some shock treatment.
It was... I've been bumped a couple times real good. Like, it's...
Bro, that fucking sounds horrendous.
Moisture and welding do not mix. Every single time I've gotten electrocuted from welding, it's because I was sweating or something was wet.
Oh, yeah.
And it's never when the machine's at like 50 amps either. It's always when it's like turned up to 11. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So are you doing most of your welding? You're like out in the field. It's field welding. It's not like in a shop and then you fit everything up and go out.
So I'm spoiled now. The shop that I work in, they don't want me to leave the shop. I've traveled around a little bit. We did all the rest areas on the New York State Thruway. I I did some of the duct work, like the final connections that couldn't be welded in the shop. I did those out in the field. But it's like I spend 8 hours out in the field once a year, probably. You know, they really like me in the shop. My boss likes me in the shop. He doesn't. The thing that sucks is it's very difficult. If you've ever worked a blue collar job, it's difficult to find a guy who's going to show up on time, and show up sober. You know,
yeah, a lot of
I check all
the alcoholics. Yeah,
you know, we don't want some dude in the shop who's got baby mama drama and his girlfriend showing up to the shop fucking hooting and hollering about some nonsense, you know.
Yeah.
And that happens more than you would like to believe, you know.
Oh yeah.
So they like me in the shop. It's hard to find good shop guys. Everybody wants to go out to the field because they can fuck off. You know, they're not being watched.
Right.
But you know, I'm spoiled now. Nice warm shop every day. I know where I'm going. I got my own work area.
Yeah.
I've got it rated with all my shit now.
Yeah. No, that's the way to do it, man. You want to go to the same. I mean, I don't know. Some people like the variety of going to different places all the time. But it's nice to be able to just have home base. And I mean, that's where all the fucking top brass and those, unions end up. They're fucking 60. They want their fucking pension. They got their fucking family. They ain't trying to go out and get electrocuted in the head with a goddamn stick welder, you know? So they're like, they're in the shop. They just like chilling out. But, yeah, dude, that's sick, dude. I mean, how long you been at that place for? Like doing it in the same place?
Just about 3.5 years.
3.5 years, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn,
if I play my cards right, I'll be able to retire at 55. I got in super early. I was in young.
Yeah.
So I could retire at 55 with a full pension.
And you said you started, what, 20 or something? So, like, did you fuck around with college at all and accrue some debt? Yeah, there you go.
I was such a shithead as a kid, dude. I was, like, scrapping things for money.
Oh, yeah.
Just collecting garbage between getting fired from other jobs.
Yeah.
I was too fucked up on pills and stupid shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, same. College was not an option.
No way.
No, it wasn't even like my guidance counselor in high school wasn't like, you should start applying to get. He literally said, he's like, you should drop out and start working somewhere. You're a fucking piece of shit.
You couldn't put me in a fucking classroom. I mean, you could. It's funny I say that, but I teach these classes at the union hall for the apprenticeship program, but you know, they're more hands-on classes, but still I've done a couple like drafting classes and you know, teaching these guys how to like read drawings properly and shit like that. And it's fucking painful. I can't sit in one spot for more than an hour. It sucks.
Yeah.
You know, like college was not an option for me. It was either blue collar or be fucking homeless, because there's nothing else that I could imagine myself doing. I can't, you know, like I'm a pretty good mechanic, I like to think, you know, but I don't know if I could go work in a dealership, work on cars all day. Like that shit fucking sucks. My brother's a wicked good mechanic, but he's like, you know, he's always bitching and complaining about it. No matter what you do, it's kind of going to suck. You know, there's going to be pros and cons to everything. But fucking going to college and getting a degree for something you'll never fucking do, not for me.
Oh, yeah, dude. Like, so fucking expensive to go to college.
Like, you go to a community college, you're still going to rack up debt.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not free. It's cheap.
Yeah.
Get a bachelor's in business.
Like our generation, it was like, you go to college after high school or you're a scumbag, you know? But the few dudes like that I knew, they went and started like being an electrician or fucking welding or whatever. And you see them like 5 years later and they're making $100K and you're working at a fucking restaurant, you know?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Dude, that's how it was when I got in as an apprentice. So I kind of had a weird scenario because there wasn't spots for apprentices at the time when I applied. So I kind of sat on this waiting list for 2 years. And I worked as a classified worker, and minimum wage at the time was like I want to say it was $6.75, $7 an hour. I did that for like 2 years, but I was making like 14 at the time. And my buddies are working all these jobs, $10 an hour, and they're like managing fucking stores.
Yeah.
And I'm driving a pickup truck around delivering material to a job site for $14 an hour.
Yeah.
I got in at the apprenticeship, and it was the first year apprentice makes 50% of a journeyman's rate. So it was like $17 an hour.
Oh, fuck.
And then every 6 months you get a raise, no matter what, pretty much, as long as you show up to class. It's 2 nights a week for 5 years. So, I mean, it's free. You don't have to pay a cent.
Mm-hmm.
You learn the trade, and if you're competent, you make a good career out of it, you know?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, dude.
I just got lucky that I didn't fuck off as, you know, more than I did. I mean, when you're young, you do stupid shit and you fuck around, you know? But I saw the potential in it, you know? There's especially working for, like, within a union, being a union member, I could go to any state from here. I could transfer to Las Vegas. I could transfer to Tennessee.
True. Yeah.
Wherever, you know.
Yep.
If there's work, I can go. And you make a good rate, you know. Like, it's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I fucked off till I was like 30, dude. Didn't have any money ever, dude. Just no education, no GED, no fucking, and you just work shit jobs. It sucks. Sucks a lot.
Yeah. Well, the worst thing is when you're fucking off and then you start making money and then you're making too much money and fucking off and then you're just doing way more stupid shit. Like, I did that deep into my 20s. I spent a lot of my money on drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's all I just work, and then, like, I'm like, you know, I'd work at restaurants and shit, so I'd have food, and I would spend $0 on food, and then you get your paycheck, it's fucking nothing, and then it's just like, oh, just buy drugs and alcohol.
Yeah, here's my $400 paycheck. I can spend $200 of this on an 8-ball, and then the rest of the money, I can take 50 of that to pay my car insurance, and then gas in my car, and whatever else I got to fucking do. And it's just paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I did a lot of stupid shit for a long time. But, you know, I feel like you have to do stupid shit like that.
I still do stupid shit. I like doing stupid shit. It's fun.
Fuck yeah. It's fun. Wicked fun.
I still,
you know?
like, in my mind, I'm still like 16 years old.
I'm a fucking child, dude.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, like, dodged a bullet. Didn't get into, like, the opioids super hard. Thank God, because I mean like my entire high school class of men is dead from opioids. All of them are dead, you know. So you dodge that bullet, and you have fun with booze or whatever. Motorcycles is way more fun than all that shit, though.
Fuck yeah,
yeah,
dude. Burnout's
dangerous too.
Burnouts fucking rule. When I was a kid, I wanted everybody I saw to do a fucking burnout. I had like this fascination. I would sit on YouTube when YouTube first came out, and I would just wait for people to upload burnout videos and just watch them for hours on end.
Oh, yeah.
And then my dad was fucking wicked cool because he had all these old Mopars, and none of them were front wheel drive. Like, my mom drove a Grand Fury. He drove a Dodge Dart to work every day. And he would just do burnouts in his fucking car all the time. There was this industrial park behind the street that we lived in. And him and my uncle, who also lived down the street, he's got a 69 Roadrunner. And they had like a built fucking stroked out big block. And they just used to go back there and just, we'd get out of the car and stand on the side of the road, and they would just do burnouts. I just loved burnouts as a kid.
Have you ever been to a deadbeat retreat?
Brother, that's my favorite,
dude. There's so many burnouts during that weekend that by the time you're done, you're just like, I'm good for the year. I'm filled up on burnouts.
They almost got me to do one myself, but
did you go last year?
I did, yeah.
Oh fuck! Did you stay, like, or did you just pop in?
No, so Blackthorn Resort's like 30 minutes from my house.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, wicked close. I'm like, I literally maybe 15 minutes south, and then over the Rip Van Winkle, 15 minutes north, and you're at Blackthorn.
Oh fuck yeah. Did I see you last year?
Probably in passing, maybe.
Okay. I drink a lot.
I saw you guys on the what were you guys on, like a truck or something, or like a trailer?
Yeah, we commandeered the truck.
I saw Benny run over to talk to you,
Yeah.
but some dude was talking to me about my bike.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
like, just home. Like, oh, dude, spatter go.
Fuck yeah, dude. Are you planning on going next year?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's so close. I have no excuse.
We're that's like our like forever. The Lowlife show is like the deadbeat, deadbeat retreat. I'm gonna get a fucking bungalow with a heart-shaped tub again, and yeah, we're gonna do something fucking wild this year.
For those who don't know, the hotel rooms at the Blackthorn Resort are the classiest of the classy.
Oh yeah, very, very classy. When I walk in there, I'm like, I don't belong here.
Dude, that place fucking rules. They do so many cool events during the summer. They do.
Oh yeah.
Now they have Deadbeat. They do Rat's Nest, which is like a sick fucking hot rod show.
Oh, I didn't know that. Rat Fest, you say?
Rat's Nest.
When is that?
It's like 2 weeks before or 2 weeks after the weekend of Deadbeat.
That'd be sick as fuck.
Dude, talk about burnouts. The guys will literally bring like 4 sets of tires, and they're just doing burnouts in their rat rods till the tires pop. It's fucking sick.
They do it's like something Moto Jam or some shit?
They do Catskill Mountain Thunder.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
That's cool, but it's just like a hell yeah brother fest.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I've seen more middle-aged women's tits there than ever anywhere else in my time on Earth. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, hey, but middle-aged women tits. That's my milieu. Now.
Boobs are boobs, you know that, but
boobs. I don't even get. Actually, we went to Laconia Bike Week, and we went to our boy fucking Fat Man was doing a build off there. I think it's called the Broken Spoke or fucking High Octane or some fucking gay shit. But there's some bar there, and they had a wet t-shirt contest. Dude, the median age was like 55. They had there were old ladies, dude, and like they'd like pick up. They were doing the wet t-shirt contest, and they had to keep on telling them like, no bare breasts. Like, it's a wet t-shirt contest. We get you with the hose. You see, like through the shirt. These old ladies, dude, just like dumping them out, like, oh, dude, like grandmas. Yeah.
Dude,
but I was just like, I'm not offended by it.
That fucking rules. Good on them, honestly.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, you got
some oranges in a tube sock. Dump them out.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's fucking cool. Blackthorn Resort's fucking. They do some cool shit throughout the summer. It kind of, it gives us something to do, especially like motorcycle related.
Yeah.
Even the Rat Rod show is fucking sick.
Yeah, the people that work there is fucking. They're like super motorcycle. I mean, like as soon as you walk in, like all of them are motorcycle people. They get it. No problems. No shit. Like people get wild out there too, but I've never seen anybody. The dudes that work there though, like the security and shit, they're fucking for real. Like people don't fuck around too bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's been some shit that's gone down there too. I'll tell you about it when we're not on a recording.
Dude, I've seen some shit down there too. Yeah. If you fuck around, like there's some real dudes there. There's some real motherfuckers there.
Actually, so that hell yeah brother fest I was telling you about, the Catskill Mountain Thunder, this year, some dude was like tweaked out on meth, got chased out of there, jumped on his bike with no shirt, no helmet, no pants, and ran from the cops up for like 20 miles from the Blackthorn Resort, like over the river, like up towards like essentially the same route that I would take to go home. And one of our friends' girlfriends said she was driving across the one bridge, the Rip Van Winkle bridge that connects like the Catskill area to the Hudson area. And she said some shirtless, helmetless dude was getting chased by the cops like 100 miles an hour over the fucking bridge.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to contain yourself. We went last year. I was it was like I already went nunites and like Loctite woke me up, and then I went fucking down to chill with him and Jerry. And there's this dude in the field, and he was sloppy drunk, dude. And he couldn't get his fucking bike started. And then when he did get his bike started, he definitely couldn't ride it, dude. Like it was just like, and then he fucking, dude, good on him too. He laid the bike down, and it was just there in the grass, and he like went to sleep. He's like, I'll just wake up in the morning. This will be fine.
That's a good call.
Yeah. But that'll be sick, dude. You should definitely come up this year. I mean, you got no excuse. So if you're not there when I get there, I'm going to call you up and I'm going to be like, Rye guy, get over here right now.
I'll be there.
Yeah. Let's fuck it up this year.
If there's some sort of event going on within 30 minutes of my house, you can bet I'm going to be there. The only thing I got to do.
Yeah, last year was gnarly getting there, dude, with the fucking rain from New Hampshire. That sucked ass.
Oh, yeah, they stayed home Friday.
Yeah,
it was bad. Like mid morning Saturday when Saturday's it was nice and
gorgeous. Cool. Yeah, it like it quadrupled in size from Friday night to Saturday afternoon.
Yeah,
it was
Friday was fucking miserable.
Yeah, dude, like legit fucking hurricane. There was like. We couldn't even get there because trees fell over the road and shit.
Yeah, it was real fucked up.
Yeah, that was like the worst weather I've ever ridden in, I think.
Yeah.
They had tornadoes and shit. Like legitimate tornadoes.
There was a tornado.
Yeah, that would have been a fucking way to go out, dude. The pack gets scooped up in a fucking tornado like...
A tornado through Blackthorn Resort.
Oh, yeah. I'd ride that shit like Jax Teller, like.
Nobody would take that shit seriously either, you know? They'd all be out there looking at it.
Oh, yeah.
Bro,
throwing beer when we were going out there was fucking, one of our boys broke down. We stopped at a goddamn fire station, and they had the tornado siren go off. And it was the loudest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. It was fucking loud, dude.
When you're right next to it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't get many of those. We've been getting them a lot lately. Like last couple of years, every summer it's we get like a tornado warning once in a while, but tornado watch, you're like, whoa, okay, it's a little more serious.
Yeah.
There was one that I have a video of it. I can fucking send it to you, but like I walked out my back door, and in the video you can hear my girlfriend screaming at me because I'm like taking a video of all these clouds like swirling around each other.
You can actually see it.
Dude, a tree ended up coming down and ripping the service right out of the house that night too.
Holy shit!
Like ripped the meter off the side of the house and everything. Took a tree down.
Oh shit, dude!
It was like 120 mile an hour gusts or some shit like that. Knocked a tree down.
Yeah.
That was fucking wild.
No shit, dude. So you're going to the La Espada show. You must be coming to the Lowlife Reviver show.
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
I'm gonna try to make it to the swap meet too.
Oh hell yeah, dude. Dude,
I'm always buying shit I don't need, so
dude, it's gonna be sick. Dude, the swap, first of all, it's fucking free, so you got nothing to lose. There's nothing else that weekend, I guarantee it. And dude, they're gonna have fucking food trucks inside. That's how big this fucking place is.
You posted that picture of the space that they have there.
Yeah.
That's nuts. It's huge.
Yeah, dude. It's going to be sick.
That's wicked cool. So did they reach out to you? Did you reach out to them about that? Like, in general?
So all credit goes to Fish Tank Whiskey. He works at Harley Davidson, Manchester. And we were talking about, me and Dan were talking about, like, where we're going to do our show this year, you know? Because we did it. We've been doing it at the VFW, but that's in Epping over by Loctite. It's like right next to Loctite's house. And we wanted to make it a little bit bigger and want to do you know, we want to make it bigger every year, you know? So we put that out there like, hey, looking for a venue. And I really wanted to do something like private property so I could like, so everybody could like do drugs and like shoot guns and shit. But
nothing goes together like drugs and guns.
Oh
you know?
yeah, dude. And fireworks in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
I just want to do whatever the fuck. I'm an outlaw, dude. I just want to do whatever the fuck I want to do. And I want to be at the front gate when the cops show up and I'll be like, this is private property. Where's your fucking warrant? But no, he reached out to me and he was like, hey dude, they're moving to a new location. And, the general manager that works there, he's like, I want to do like a big celebration of just like motorcycles, you know, like not like, hey, come and buy a fucking bike. Like he just wants to celebrate. He's like a dude. He's like a motorcycle dude, and he just wants to have a big old party. And he was like, you know, between him and Fish, you know, they're like, let's like pair up. Let's like meet up. You know, like they got the venue. We have, you know, like we know dudes with cool bikes. So we're like, let's do that. And then we met up, and it was just like they were like, hey, yeah, we want to host your event. And we're like, fuck yeah, dude. So it's like a Lowlife event, but it's hosted by Harley. And the guy that runs the place, he has a fucking sick ass bike. He's a really cool dude. And it was their idea to do the swap meet. They're like, why don't you do something in the wintertime? We'll host it. We got the fucking space. And I was like, you guys are goddamn geniuses. Yeah. So yeah. And shout out, dude, Manchester Harley Davidson. They're the kings in the Northeast, dude. Like they're a really great dealership. They do stuff all the time. But yeah, shout out to them, dude. It was their idea to do the swap meet. That didn't even cross my mind. But we were like, we actually had a meeting today, and we're like, yeah, we want to do just free show. I think we're going to do a free show, free swap meet. Swap meet, definitely 100% free.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Like usually, dude, swap meet, you're paying $40 for a fucking spot. So like you got to sell some shit to even break even, you know? And we just want something. Shout out, dude, Choppahead used to have a show, the Winter Expo. And that was like needed. It was like deep into February. I think it was like the end of February. And there was just a bunch of fucking show bikes. It was at the Middle East, and it was a swap meet. And that went away after COVID. So there's like nothing in New Hampshire. You got the La Spada is going to do their swap in January, I believe. That's always a good time. But my mission is in the Northeast, a bike event every month, at least one. In the summertime, you should have 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in the wintertime, you need at least one. At least one January, February. Someone needs to pick up the slack. Someone get March and April. I'd even come out to New York. Actually, I should talk to. I've been talking about doing something with Benny too. Because I think,
dude, you should.
We should
go to the fucking city of Troy. You could literally do whatever you fucking wanted, and nobody would give a fuck.
Yeah. They got that sick ass back alley, you know, the back alley shit. Like I love Troy. Dude, I fell in love with Troy. So grimy, so beautiful, man.
That's the birthplace of Uncle Sam.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's the story?
I don't know. I just know that Uncle Sam's from Troy.
Is it like the dude that was there a dude that looked like that, or was just some guy that worked for the government? It's like, this is what he's going to do. He looked at it. I gotta look that up. Birthplace of Uncle Sam, man.
You know, like the story of Rip Van Winkle, right?
Is he the one that did like? Oh wait, he's the sleepy guy. I was thinking of Rumpelstiltskin.
So that story came from like the next town over from me. There's a bridge named after him.
No shit.
The Rip Van Winkle Bridge. That's how I get to Deadbeat or Blackthorn.
Oh fuck! I thought that was like an old shit, like Grimm's fairy tales type shit.
Yeah, it is. The area that I live in is so fucking old.
Oh, it is from back then.
Yeah. So there's also a town just down the road called Kinderhook, and there's an area of it's referred to as Old Kinderhook, and the guy who coined the term "okay" was from Old Kinderhook.
Okay.
Okay came from the area that I live in. Google it,
dude. What the fuck? No shit, dude.
Google birthplace of okay, and it's gonna say Old Kinderhook, New York.
That's fucking cool.
And it's like a stone's throw from where I'm at.
You know where the chicken tender came from?
I don't.
Manchester, New Hampshire. Pure and Backroom.
I feel like that's far better than what I just said.
I use okay a lot, but I love me some chicken tendies, dude.
Chicken tenders rule.
Yeah. It's the best hangover food. If you're hungover, get some chicken tenders and some thick fries, and you'll be right as rain. It's the only thing that'll cure a really bad hangover.
Are you a barbecue sauce guy or a honey mustard guy?
I like both, but I love honey mustard.
Okay.
Are you a barbecue sauce guy or a honey mustard guy?
No, I really don't fuck with barbecue sauce.
Honey musty.
Yes. Honey mustard.
Dude, I make my own.
So do I. I never buy any.
What's your recipe? RJ
honey mustard.
Just honey and like mustard? Just honey and mustard?
I'll take yellow fucking Heinz and then some local honey. Mix it up. That's it.
Okay.
Honey mustard.
Okay. I do a different recipe. I'll cut you in on this, guys. The base is mayonnaise. Do mayonnaise, equal parts mayonnaise and mustard, yellow mustard. Honey, probably about a quarter. I don't use measuring things, but I just like squirt it in. So mayonnaise, mustard, equal parts. About a quarter of that is honey, salt and pepper. Mix that shit up.
Yeah, I don't cook. So it's like honey mustard, half honey, half mustard. Yeah. What more could honey mustard be?
It's a little scoop of mayo next time. Tell me what you think.
I like mayo. Like I'll make hot sauce. I'll take like mayo, some Frank's. You know, something just so it sticks to the chicken tender.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to get built like me, you want a rhino bod? Throw some mayo in that shit.
Mayo smoothie? We could go crazy with this.
Yeah. I got the recipe from an Applebee's waitress.
Yeah.
So if you like Applebee's honey mustard, that's the recipe. You got to put some mayo in it.
Nothing beats Applebee's or like Chili's waitress where they're like the perfect amount of white trash. Shout out all the Chili's and Applebee's waitresses out there.
Dude, I haven't been in an Applebee's or a Chili's in decades.
It's trash people food.
Yeah. There's just so many good restaurants though.
I've gotten hammered at Chili's far too many times that I'd like to admit. I had a friend who was a bartender at Chili's. She would just hook it up. I'd pay like $5 for like 10 drinks.
Oh, yeah.
And then she'd drive me home.
That's different. Oh, and a ride home. Fuck yeah. Did she have sex with you too?
Not at that time.
That's the fucking trifecta, dude. You get to get shit-faced for nothing. She gives you a ride home and then she fucks you. You got to find you a woman like that.
That would have been the most ideal situation,
But usually the Chili's bartender is usually missing a couple of front teeth.
No, she had all of her chompers.
Yeah, it takes a while to lose those.
She's gonna listen. That's the only reason why.
Shout out to all the Chili's bartenders, all the Applebee's bartenders that hook it up. You know what?
She had a great nickname.
What is it?
her name was Ashley, but everybody called her Smashley.
Oh yeah.
She'd give it
We
up
know
to
what it
everybody.
means. I've known at least 8 Smashleys. It's a very popular name.
She was wicked cool though. The ride home was really nice. I appreciate that.
Yeah, shout out to all the Smashleys out there.
Because 21-year-old me would have absolutely driven myself home if she wasn't there to fucking drive me, you know?
Yeah, dude.
Fucking shit.
Yeah. Once you get older, you get the little breathalyzer on your keychain. Back in the day, it was just like, oh yeah, I can probably get home.
Dude, there's been a couple times, it's like sitting at the bar, I get out, start the bike up, and I just like tilt it upright, and I'm like, no, just put it back down on the stand, shut it off.
Yeah.
It ain't worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to regulate yourself, bud. You need to know your limits. You don't want to get fucked up and ride on a bike, dude. Especially a chopper. Especially like when your brakes blow out, like shit goes bad, you know.
Yeah, you got no fucking front brake on your bike and you're just gonna leave the bar trashed. That's probably not a good idea.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But if you're in a field and it's dirt and you're camping there,
yeah,
it'll be fine.
Yeah, you know? As long as you don't get jammed up with the cops, it's fine.
You rip through the field at 60 while you're fucking blackout drunk on your dyno, but
yeah,
the moment you hit asphalt, you need to.
Yeah, the grass doesn't hurt. Grass doesn't hurt. I mean, I've dumped my bike innumerable times in the grass, and you might hurt yourself a little bit, but your bike's not going to get fucked up.
Dude, you guys have talked about it. Mini bikes are honestly the most fucking dangerous thing on earth.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I've gotten fucked up real bad on mini bikes.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're mini bikes. You're just like, it's kind of like a toy.
I don't need a helmet.
Never have I ever worn a helmet on a mini bike.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, or gloves or fuck it. Like, you get on your bike, you're like, yeah, Kevlar line. Like, mini bike, dude, you're in shorts and flip flops. You're fucking shit faced.
Dude, I bought that Chinese scooter that I was talking about earlier. I rode that thing around, no helmet, no registration, nothing for like a month and a half. The moment I registered it, I was like, okay, let's put a helmet on.
Oh, yeah.
Let's put the license plate on. Oh, okay. I got all my directionals working. I got my brake light working.
Yep. Yeah, dude.
It's like the moment that it's legal, I'm like, a switch flips and I'm like, okay, time to wear a helmet, wear gloves.
Yeah. Dude, I was a scooter guy for a long time because I got a Dewey, and for some reason I didn't think like you needed a license to ride a scooter like on the streets and shit. So like I had like a 49cc. I was like in Gainesville just like ripping it up. I was going like, I'd take that thing on the sidewalk. I'd fucking take shortcuts and shit. Same thing. I was in Arizona. I actually got in an accident one time with this Karen. She was like being a fucking bitch, and I came up beside her. We're in like a parking lot, and I started like kicking her car. She was like yelling at me through the window and shit. And I took off, and then the police caught me, and they're like, "You don't have a license." I was like, "It's a scooter," and they're like, "Are you fucking stupid?" I was like, "Dude," and I had been riding scooters for years, dude. No license plate, not registered, like no helmet, never a helmet.
Dude, the best is when you see like some dude in his 50s or 60s and he's riding one of those like half pedal, half electric bikes. Oh, yeah. You're like, this dude's got no license because he's just accumulated like 3 Ds.
If you see a guy that's over 30 years old riding a bicycle, he has a Dewey. Like, unless he's wearing spandex. But if he's like riding a mountain bike, he has a Dewey. He's going to his job. Give that guy a lift.
And there's a guy there's a dude I see almost every morning, and he's just cranking on his electric bike down like a busy fucking highway.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, he's just work.
Yeah.
Homie fucking caught a Dewey and lost his license.
Yeah. Help those boys out. If you got a pickup, be like, yo, hey, hop in.
Buy him a coffee.
Buy him a coffee, yeah. Actually, he has a Dewey. Buy him a fucking Twisted Tea.
Yeah, did you guys go to Stewart's while you were here?
Yes. Yes, we did.
Dude, Stewart's fucking rules.
Yeah. We got some chocolate milk. Some ice cream. Yeah. Yeah, they're good.
Ice cream is like the best in the state.
I gotta say, their chocolate milk is like the best I ever had.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, it's
They've got
insane.
You get smokes, beer,
Yeah.
ice cream. You can get burgers, pizza,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And it's not like shit food either. Like,
yeah.
Stewart's fucking rules.
Yep. Yeah, I think they have a gas station there at the one that we went to, like on the way to the Blackthorn.
Yeah, just down the road there.
Yeah. Yeah, we stopped there and we're like, oh, we all need gas. And then we hung out there drinking chocolate milks and ice cream and shit. It's good. Yeah, chocolate milk, man. That's like we used to call it Junkie's Delight. You know, you got a hangover or something, chug some chocolate milk.
Jesus.
Unless you're like lactose intolerant.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Dude, Rye Guy, we're at 2 hours here, bud. We're gonna shut it down.
Let's fucking wrap it up.
But I'm super stoked. I can't wait to. I know we're like we haven't really met in person yet. We've been at the same places innumerable times, and we haven't met in person yet. So maybe we'll have a meeting of the Ryans. Maybe like at the swap meet, we'll have like an exclusive VIP area just for Ryans.
Velvet rope.
Yeah, I'll organize that, and we'll sip some champagne and shit.
That's good.
Up first, we got Steve over at Deadbeat Customs. Steve's all about grassroots motorcycle riders. Take it upon themselves to build and customize their bike. They offer parts for all Harley-Davidson models and also offer custom parts for choppers, bobbers, trackers, and cafe racers. When it comes to building custom motorcycles, they carry the best brands available. Go visit their brick and mortar store in Tewksbury, Mass, or at deadbeatcustoms.com. Remember to enter code LOWLIFE at checkout to save some money. Next, we got Lowbrow Customs. Tyler and his team not only work hard to supply motorcycle enthusiasts with cool parts from small shops all around the world for over 20 years, but they also keep innovating and creating new parts and accessories, getting them out on the road. They are the #1 source for custom and chopper parts for your motorcycle. Go visit lowbrowcustoms.com. Next, we got Stay Strong Co. John Luke has been sent down from the heavens to bless us lowlifes with the greatest hot sauce on this mortal plane. Sweet heat baby Jesus in the white pants heralds a message from God himself. Don't put this on your butthole. It's for your mouth. The shits, and the hotter than hellfire Lowlife chopper sauce. Go to staystrongco.org today and grab yourself the holy trinity of hot sauces. Next, we got Oxford Co. Choppers. Chris, the original bad boy bombaclat from Oxford, Connecticut. Frame restoration and repair, handlebars and hardtails, hard parts for hard men. His hardtails are TIG welded and installed in-house. Made from USA-made steel, he is your man for the hardest shit to hit the East Coast since Hurricane Bob. Find him on Instagram at oxfordco.choppers. But, dude, so good having you on, man. I know you, we've talked a lot over Instagram, but it was good to put a voice and a face to the name. And again, if people want to see what you're doing, because you got some fucking gnarly ass builds, where can people find you?
Instagram at Versace Dirtbag, all lowercase, all one word.
Versace Dirtbag. Where'd you get that from? I like that.
Dude, that came to me probably 12 years ago.
Oh, no shit.
13 years, like forever ago. I can't even tell you. It was over a decade ago when Instagram first came out. I was like, oh, I'm going to get on this. Because I had like MySpace and Facebook was gay.
Oh, yeah.
So I was
Still
like,
is. Yep.
Oh, yeah, the only reason why I have it is Marketplace. Yeah, follow me on Instagram.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I'm fucking crazy shit posting on my stories.
My daughter, actually, right before I started recording this episode, I was on a Marketplace looking for weird shit that I don't need. And she goes, Facebook? Only old people use Facebook. I was like, bitch, I'm on there for Marketplace. I don't have any friends on Facebook. Shit. But yeah, dude, it's super good having you on. You build some fucking gnarly bikes. Can't wait to see you at the swap. And until next week, Low Lives, roll the dice. Get in trouble. Have fun. Never stop chopping.